Okay, everybody, you beautiful people, happy Wednesday. Big waves to you. Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. So, I am excited about tonight, and I'm really excited to learn. I said this on a for the vice presidents and above have an opportunity to be a part of the Millionaire Matrix Club. And I was saying this the other day that sometimes clever people want to be clever and they always want to be the smartest person in the room. But the wise people are the people that are always in constant learn mode. Learn, learn, learn. How can I pick up a nugget? How can I gain knowledge from somebody that's doing it? And what I love is tonight we're going to have that opportunity. And we really got the opportunity with two people tonight. And I'm going to share both of them in just a second. One, I've been around for 15 years and I learned from in a lot of spaces. Tons of wisdom, tons of knowledge about life, and I appreciate her partnership and friendship. So you're going to hear from Tammy Melchisedeck. Not only are you going to hear from her on training, but you're going to get some take action steps moving into this week because we have got a smoking promotion coming down the line for Friday that you got to get your hot button ready for, Dale, Diffie. Well, like it's we got to get everybody notified for this. So we're going to be going over that. But I also want to recognize because tonight I want you to hear because we always say we're impacting real people that are having real results, and we all come from different backgrounds. We all come from different makeups, and some of our stories are similar, but they're also different, right? And it's inspiring from people that are joining us. They're doing this. And so we're going to go both ways tonight. It's going to be an exciting night. This will be up on
Brent,
my YouTube channel. Yes.
Okay, well, I'll try that and I'll call
um,
them.
real quick, we might be having a little hiccup with your connection. Are you on Wi-Fi or can you swap it out?
Am I breaking up bad? I'm sorry, guys. I'm out of town.
You're okay right now. Keep going. And then we'll just do our best. So just keep going. Maybe.
Okay, we're going to go this.
There you are.
Okay. Let me know, break in, please. I apologize to everybody. I'm out of town in Ohio doing some meetings. And so I'll try to be um, really still. So the first person I want to bring on tonight, can you hear me okay, Andrea? Please unmute so you can talk. So the first person I want to bring on tonight, and I had the privilege of talking with her just a few days ago. And her name's Aimee Weathers. Aimee lives in the great state of Alabama, and um, she has joined Partner Co. And not only has she joined Partner Co., but she's moving and just recently, over the last 2 weeks, she has hit the rank of senior officer with the company. And so there she is right there. Aimee, so thankful you're here with us tonight. If you could unmute, and I just want to take you through a couple of things um, because it's so important for all of us to get to hear from each other, right? And why we're doing this and how we came to be a part and what we see in Partner Co. that is a difference. So thank you for being here. Congratulations for hitting senior officer. And I think the first thing, Aimee, is maybe if you wouldn't mind to share your story about, kind of who you are, what you do for a living, but what led you to Partner Co.
Sure. Well, hello, everyone. Thank you, Brent, for asking me to come. I'm a little bit nervous. I do Zooms all the time, but there's always that nervous energy when I first get started. But I'm really excited to share. I know when I listen to Zoom calls or join on different team calls, I love to hear different people's story, because many times I connect with them in some way. And it just kind of helps, I don't know, for me to relate when when I hear different people's stories. So my background, so I'm a mom of 5. I have my son just got married this past weekend. My oldest daughter's married, and I have 3 still at home. And I work full time. Like Brent said earlier, I'm at JSU. So I'm a full-time mom, full-time, have a career as well. My background, I have been with network marketing for the past 10 years. So I was with Rodan and Fields, and had a very successful business there. I enjoyed it. I never saw myself as a salesperson. It's just not my personality. I never saw myself that way, but I do see myself as a share person, and I love to share things that I love with my friends. And so that's kind of how I got involved initially with Rodan and Fields. So back in May, I wasn't really looking for anything, but just through the Lord's providence, this just kind of fell in my lap. I tried the drops, and I instantly fell in love. If within a few days, you feel that amazing energy. And I was like, oh my goodness, my friends are going to want this product. And so I decided to be a brand partner because, what else did I have to lose, right? It's $39. To me, it's just a no-brainer. I did do a little research just because I'd been in a company before, and I started looking in, digging in a little bit with the comp plan. I will be very honest and tell you I was overwhelmed and did not understand much, but I did know that it was better than what I was in. I did know that. And so I was excited about that. That definitely piqued my curiosity, and I knew that I had a good product. So those two things together make for a very great business opportunity. So I started sharing, using the products and sharing the products, and then sharing them with my friends. And to be quite honest, I had no idea what all of these different rankings are. And to be very honest with you, I don't think I understood all the different rankings until about a month ago. I just kept seeing them. But I really wasn't running for a title. I just was running with the product and the business because I knew it, I loved it, and so did everybody that was using it. So the team quickly grew. So a couple of things that I would like to just kind of point out that have been different for me with Partner Co. that I did not have with my previous company. And the first thing is the support that I've had. It has been absolutely amazing. I just cannot explain. It is truly the key to where the reason why I am where I am today is because of the amazing support. I've always felt seen, heard, celebrated. Any questions that I have, people are just so willing to answer questions, and it's just been amazing. And I feel like just the community is fantastic. I was able to go to the convention that we had, earlier this year, and it was just amazing to meet everybody. And I don't know, it's just a good vibe. I loved it so much. And then the second thing that I do want to point out, and I'll just be completely honest and vulnerable with you, it's something that I really pushed back on initially. And I know that sounds silly, but I guess it's just me thinking I can do it my way. And then quickly realizing that I need to embrace what is there because it's for my good. And when I did that, and I'm referring to the system of growth that Partner Co. gives us, and I kind of pushed back on it initially, but when I started using that and sharing that with my team and really encouraging my team to jump in there and use what we have, that's when I really saw my team start to flourish and grow rapidly. And I've learned that I know that it's, sometimes it can feel kind of weird and strange to make posts on Facebook, especially when they're telling you to make them twice a day. But it really is for our benefit. And once you start posting and earning an income, you kind of get to the point where you don't really care what people think anymore because it's paying your bills, right? But But that system and growth, that system of growth that we have in place is so good for me, especially as a leader. When I have so many people joining and wanting to be a brand partner, I can't do it all. I can't have a full-time career and be a mom and try to figure out how to onboard all these people. Like, I just can't do all that. And so embracing what's there in the boards app has been a game changer. So thank you to whoever created it. So I don't even know who created it, but thank you to whoever created it. So that would be my encouragement as you come in. And I know we're all new, so just, leaning into that and being consistent. I think that's another crucial thing too, that I think is the key to the success of my team, is being consistent with your posts. And sometimes that can be hard, especially maybe in a season where you're not, getting as many orders or things like that. And just understanding that your business is going to fluctuate. It's going to go up. It's going to go down. It's just part of business. But staying consistent, especially with your posts, it's so crucial, because people are watching you and they want to order from someone that is consistent and that is all in with the business, right? They're about to send you $150 in your Venmo. They want to trust that you're going to be there next month to help them if they have questions. So if I can tell you anything for the month of December as you finish out this year strong, is to remain consistent. Just put your head down, put your blinders on, make your posts, connect with your customers, connect with your team, connect with your upline, and just stay consistent. That's the most important. So that's really my story. I don't know.
It was so on point, and a couple of things, because how many of you maybe in the chats was resistant to the system of growth? Surely not Haley Lee. Okay. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I joke with Haley all the time, but there's a lot of you. I see Edgar Morales he was like, I'm not having any results. And we're like, Edgar, you're not doing the system, right? And then he started doing it and he started having results. It's okay to laugh now and go, you know what? I was resistant to it. Aimee said that to me on the phone call the other day. She said, I was resistant to posting twice a day. And then when I started doing it, I was like, oh my goodness, this system is beautiful. And in a busy season that she has with 5 kids, working a full-time job, how beautiful is it to have a system that creates this duplication? So, but also I want everybody to know that Aimee talked about raising kids. Andrea, can you hear me okay?
Yes, you're great. You're great. You're great.
Hey, keep unmuted if you can. That way you can tell me. So
Okay.
another thing Aimee said was, I work a full-time job. I've got 5 kids. That's so important, because not only you, but everybody you bring in is going to be busy. Like, they're going to be occupied. They're not going to have the same excitement you have. And it's so important to hold their hand through the process. And now I look back, Aimee, is the money more or less than you thought? I know the answer to this, but I got to have you say it. Like the money you've obtained here in the short time you've been here, has it over exceeded your expectations?
That was one thing that I meant to say earlier, when I was talking about digging deep and looking at the comp plan. So what I have been able to accomplish in PartnerCo I went back and looked. It took me 6 years to do with Rodan and Fields, my previous company. And it took me 6.5 months with PartnerCo. So yeah, I'm not bothered by posting on social media anymore. Yeah, it is what it is, right? I don't really care anymore. But yeah, it's truly amazing. It really is. When they say the comp plan is amazing, it's mind blowing. And many times I would message Haley and Allie and say, is this real? Like, are you sure? Like, I kept it's like I couldn't believe it. And so they were like, yes, Aimee, it's real. Here it is in black and white. I just couldn't believe it. So we really do. And that's one of the main things, I think when you're reaching out and you're trying to, or someone's asking you about the business, or you're wanting to have business conversations, I think definitely talking about the compensation plan. I mean, let's all be truthful. That's a lot of the reason why we're here, right? And so, and I talk about the comp plan. I'm very open and honest about the potential for earnings with Partner Co. When people ask. So,
Aimee, thank you so much for being here. And what you said tonight was gold. That's one reason I always show 3 lines of business that I call it 90 Days to CEO, but it's really more about the vision of what it would look like if you, like, as you build 3 lines of business to full optimization each week, this compensation plan is super dynamic. And I love what Aimee said. There's people on here tonight that is maybe in quicksand trying to figure out the compensation plan. Here's what I would encourage you to do. Figure out the activity that drives the behavior of the compensation plan. Because when you figure out the right activity, you will produce the volume that will drive the paychecks. And then as you grow in the compensation plan, you're going to begin to learn it and really embrace it like Aimee has now with the ranks and all of that. So don't wait to start, because we don't wait to start anything. I was a high school teacher. I didn't wait to start before I was an expert. I was a high school football coach. I didn't wait to become 10-0 before I could take on my first high school football job. Like, I had to start and learn as I went. And you got to do the same thing in this profession. And Aimee, thank you so much. We're excited to have you a part of the leadership group and just growing with us. And yeah, I love this. Love what, and it goes right in to tonight. And tonight is, I want to share this before I bring up Tammy Melchisedeck that I've worked with for 15 years. And I personally know why Tammy has so much success, not only with her, but her team, because they really try to grab every human that comes into their organization. And I was having this conversation today before I bring Tammy on with a leader. And the conversation, I don't mind to tell you, it was Summer Simons. Me and Summer Simons was talking. Summer just ranked advanced to president in the company. And we were talking, and I said, sometimes in this profession, we can get so busy doing a bunch of things. But let me tell you 2 things to never get too busy to do: recruit and onboard a new distributor. Because those 2 things is what drives the whole company. It's what drives your whole business. Recruiting and onboarding and holding someone's hand to start them in the business. And so many times, it would probably scare some of you if you were to think how many people's come into your business and did we properly spin them off in the right direction? And you'd probably be like, oh my goodness, no, we've let so many like stay here a month, 2 months and just figure it out on their own. Here's what I'm here to tell you. That's why this call exists tonight. Because I want to show you something, and then I'm going to bring Tammy on, and Tammy's going to dissect what I'm about to show you. Every single one of you, to grow this into a profession and to make a lot of income here, you're going to make a lot of income here. But as you make it, you want to create residual income. You want to create duplication in your organization. And so, Andrea, if you would pull up our onboarding, it's on boards. And this is the way I see it. Oh, we're going to talk about that in a minute. So this is the way I see it. And so if you go in boards, I don't know, can you click on that, Andrea? Okay, no, it's okay if you can't. Here's what I'll tell you. This onboarding process, it takes the new distributor. So here's what I do personally. If I'm going to onboard somebody and I onboard Tammy Melchisedeck today, the first thing I send her is I send her this getting started from boards. That's okay, Andrea. And here's what it looks like. It sets her up. Every specific part has it shows her how to load her tool belt, whether she's an Apple or an Android user. Upload to team boards. Now, I use Telegram to communicate with people, so it gets them on Telegram. It gets them on Partner Nation. It gets them added to Circle of Health. And then we've embedded videos, how to post using boards if you're an Apple. Here's the video. How to post using boards with Android. Here's the video. How to use scripts to respond. Daily income producing activity. Customer flow. And then congratulations, let's celebrate. Please complete the form below. Again, why do I do that? Because I want the opportunity to catch every human that comes into my organization. Okay? Now, from that, if I give that to Tammy, then we're also going to set up a Zoom. Or we're going to go together and I'm going to walk her through her first post holding her hand. Because most of the time, that's the scariest thing for a new person. Remember, it's not scary for Aimee anymore, but it was scary when Aimee started. Mm-hmm. It was scary when I started, and it will be scary for your new person. So if I just threw them that getting started and never checked up again, odds are they'll never make their first post. But if I give them that and then schedule a Zoom or schedule an in-person onboarding, then they've got everything loaded and it's easier to onboard them. And I always ask them, have you reviewed that? Have you completed that onboarding? No, I haven't. Well, let's do that and then let's schedule where it's important for my time too. I share that with you because you can create your own, but if you'll notice in the boards that I use, that is in there. It's in there in English and it's also in there in Spanish. Okay? And then I onboard every brand new person I put into the business in person or on a Zoom. But they've done that first. Okay? Now you got to ask yourself this question. Do you have that set up in your arsenal? And if you don't, you're happy to copy ours and use it, or you can create your own. But I would highly recommend, and if you go, well, what do you do when you onboard them in person? Andrea Rosser every Wednesday at 12 Central time zone, and it's always up on my YouTube recording. She does an onboarding to show you exactly how to onboard the new person. And I'll tell you this, there's nothing more important you could do in your business than to get a new person started correctly. Because it will not just pay you one time. It will pay you over and over and over again. Just ask Haley Lee and Allie Albritton about Aimee Weathers, right? Because they stayed and they onboarded and they showed her how to make the post. Well, Aimee doesn't just pay them for this week or this month, a year down the road, 2 years down the road, 12 years down the road. So how important is it to onboard someone? It's priceless. It's the most important thing you could do in your business outside of recruiting a new person. So in saying that, I just wanted to kind of intro that. Stay to the end because we're going to give you some assets on promoting the promotion. But at this time, I want to bring on Tammy because in my mind, I've been with her 15 years.
11, Brent. 11.
Okay. Well, it feels like okay, 11.
I kept saying, is it 15? I think it's 11, but I'll
Listen,
go.
if I ever say something wrong, Tammy will net. So if you ever want to know, we're going to speak the truth because Tammy will correct me. No, 11. But I'll tell you, she's masterful at onboarding brand new people. And I wanted her tonight because I'm just going to be vulnerable with all of us on here. We can get better at this. I see it every day. One of the number one problems with business slow up is due to people are not properly getting duplicated on the onboarding process. And if we get good at this, the sky's the limit for our organization. Like we're going to blow it up as this thing gets bigger and bigger and bigger. So I want you to listen and have the opportunity to hear from a master at this. And so I'm going to turn it over. I'm going to turn the time over to Tammy to talk about onboarding. Tammy, thank you for taking time out of your night to help and share what you do to create so much duplication in your team.
Absolutely, Brent. I'm thinking you think it's 15 years because it's just been a marvelous 11 years. I mean, that's what it is.
Correct. That's correct.
So I actually jumped into network marketing for the first time with Limu. I had no background in it at all. I worked in women's ministry and I was a speaker and an author. And when I found this business, boy, it was incredible. What I saw, the opportunity before me. So before we jump in, I want each of you to make a decision, to be a lifelong learner. And I'll tell you, my team is probably sick of me saying that because I say it all the time, but be a lifelong learner. So when you say, I'm scared of technology, nope. We cannot be afraid of something that's actually going to serve us. What we need to do is make a decision that we are going to learn something that we don't know yet. But once we learn it, listen to Aimee, what she was saying. Once she got it down, it was a piece of cake, but we're going to make a decision. So attitude is absolutely essential. And let me tell you, your people will take on your attitude. If you are positive, life-giving, excited about them joining your business, they're going to take that on. And guess what they do? They take that baton to the next person. So whatever you do, please know how important this is. Whatever you do to onboard someone is exactly what they are going to do moving forward. So it's so important that you teach people correctly to be successful in this business. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of go through a scenario of what I actually do when I onboard someone. I bring them to my home. If I can, if they're local, I bring them to my home. I want people to know to build relationship. What we do in this business is build relationships. You will have, I always say, the people that can build the best relationships have the biggest businesses because people join a relationship with you. They just don't join the drops, believe it or not. They want the drops, but they're going to join you. And so when they make a decision, I have somebody come to my front door. I always have the person that signed them up come with me. If I'm training a team of people, like 4 women, let me tell you a story. I just trained 4 women and there's over mid-70s. And every one of them came to my house and said, I'm scared of technology. We are not on Facebook, you know, all the objections that you hear. And I bring them into my house and I throw my arms around them. I hug them real tight. And I said, that's okay because you're going to become a lifelong learner. And they are so excited. They sit down and I walk them through the whole process. But before I even do that, I welcome them into my house. I have some elite that I pour for them. I talk a little bit about MOA or Limu, just a couple of our products. I love Limu. I'm a lifelong Limu person, so I'm always going to share Limu with people. And then we move to my dining room table. And before I train someone, they have to download the boards. They have to download getting started. They have to go through the process of joining some of the groups. Now, we have a little bit of a different board that we've created than the one that there's lots of boards out there. So I see a lot of questions about people saying, I don't have that. I don't have that. It's okay. Most of the boards have everything you need in them. Some people have created a little bit more expansive of a board, but and as soon as I get done with this, maybe Andrea, you'll see what I sent you. If you could maybe post that in the chat, but only when I'm done. So we're training people and I download everything with them and I encourage them. If I could say anything to anyone, smile at your new people, encourage them, put your arm around them, let them know they are not alone. I was afraid to post my first post. I was just like everybody else. I was like, oh man, what is someone going to think of me? Put a 1 in the chat if you had a little hesitation of what is somebody going to think of me. Yeah, come on. The rest of you are liars. I'm telling you, everybody has that fear of what are people going to think. You have to overcome that objection. And how do you overcome it? You go deep with your why. You know, why are you doing this? And when you can sit around a table and look at another woman or a man, I mostly train women, but when I look at a woman and I say to her, why do you want to do this? What's your why? Well, I just trained a woman a couple days ago, and she said, I don't want to have to get alimony for my ex-husband anymore. I want to be independent. I said, how big of a why is that for you? She said, it's huge. I said, then every time you post, you dig deep and you know what your why is. And she's come back to me, wrote me a beautiful letter talking about how that is the huge thing for her why. So when I sit down, we go around and we talk about what is your why. I help them to emotionally connect. This business is emotionally connecting with people. It's finding out what do they need? Why do they need it? And how can I bring the answer to what they need? And so we will download the boards and then we do something called practice. I actually practice with my people. I get on the phone with them and I'm like, tell me about the drops. And then they have to go into their boards and into their scripts and they're awkward and they're feeling nervous about it. But you know what? They do it with you. And then we practice again. And then we practice a third time. And by 3 times of doing it, it's a charm. They've got it. They're like, this is so easy. I'm so excited. And I said, yes. And now we're going to make your first post. And then they always hesitate. And they'll say, well, I'm not quite ready. I said, yes, you are. You are ready. Because what do they need? They need you to tell them that they're ready because they don't feel ready. You have to help them overcome emotional objections. It's up to you to do it. And so I always say, come on, I'm going to take you out to my deck. I live in beautiful Colorado. We have a gorgeous view of the Rocky Mountains. And I said, and we're going to take some pictures of some drops. And they're holding their drops. I get them standing up. I get them sitting down. I use filters. And by the way, Lensa is the app that I use. It's Lensa. It is the best app that can really create a beautiful picture for someone and they still look like who they are. They're not like crazy edited, but I want that person to feel great about this picture. And so I put, Brenda Carlson said, I told her, I said, girl, go put on some lipstick. We're going to go take some pictures. And that was true. And if they don't have lipstick, I borrow some of mine to them, but take some beautiful pictures, okay? And then bring them back into your house or wherever. I do them at the kitchen. I do just normal things. People respond to authentic people and authentic posts. And so I just do an authentic picture that they look great in, that they sign off on, and then we put it on Facebook. Now, what if somebody says to you, well, I don't do Facebook? Right? Has anybody said that to you? Or I have 50 followers on Facebook. I don't really know. Great. I always say great. If someone gives you an objection, you always say great. They give me an objection. I say, great. You know what? This is a perfect time to sign up for Facebook. Let's do it right now. And so I will even help them sign up a Facebook page if they haven't, or if they only have 50 followers, I'm going to tell them, you know what my objection is, or my goal for you is this week, every single day, I want you adding 10 to 20 new people on Facebook. How do you do that? Facebook suggests people to you. They tell you people that know people that know people. I would only encourage you to be careful not to put a lot of partner co people on as Facebook friends. I don't, because I'm looking for people that are looking for what I have, and the partner co people already have it. And so make sure you're adding new people. Go into some other groups. You know, I have a group that I signed several brand partners in, and it's called what is it? Sexy Silver 60 or something like that. I joined a silver group and I'm in my 60s. And you know what's amazing? It's incredible. I have signed so many women into the business from that group because I friend them. And then what do? I don't post about the drops in the group. I friend them and then they see my posts and they asked for information on the drops. So now we've got them Facebook. We got a Facebook signed up for them. We're going to make a post. We put the picture on their Facebook with them. And then this is my favorite line. You can use one, you can use 100 different ones. But for me, I want to first post, I want it to be a picture of them. And I use this phrase, I'm kicking midlife to the curb. Okay, I'm kicking midlife to the curb. I suppose it doesn't work if you're 30, but for most people, if you're 40 or older, you can say that. I'm kicking midlife to the curb. I'm really excited to start with these drops. I've seen amazing results. Let's say they haven't even started with the drops. They're stating their expectation. You know, they haven't had 2 weeks on the drops with a great weight loss story or a great hormone story, but they're stating their expectation of what they want for themselves. I've read these produce, you know, greater sleep, blah, 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 and whatever it is that they're looking for. I'm looking for more energy, getting rid of my brain fog, my hot flashes. I'm so excited to start my journey with these drops. And at the very bottom, I have them write, message me for a doctor's review and how you can get your hands on yours. And the doctor's review is Dr. Crystal Vance that is in your boards, that 3.5, 4-minute video that you're going to send them. And we set it up and we put it in and I said, you ready to post it? And they, almost everybody, except for Julie Park, she would not post it with me. It took her a day to do it. But and then look at where she is right now. My goodness, she's a CEO. But they post it. And then we chat and answer some of their other questions about the groups that I find helpful. I always encourage these things. IPA chat every single morning whenever they can. That is the number one go-to. I will tell a new brand partner. Getting on this Wednesday training, getting on this training and learning and becoming this lifelong learner that you're going to be the very best trainer in your business. You are going to offer the most to your people. So I will highlight in some of the groups that I'm in and that sort of thing, and making sure that they're in those groups and they're ready to go. And here's the beautiful part. This is it. This is it right here. We're getting ready to leave. And this is about an hour training that I have with people. And we're getting ready to leave. And I'm walking him to my front door. And you know what's happening? Ding, 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 ding. All of a sudden they're like, oh my gosh, my cousin Mary from North Dakota just is asking me about these drops. And they walk out that front door and their belief has been built. Are you building belief in your people? Are you giving them the tools to be successful? When someone leaves my house and I say goodbye to them or a training on a video that I'm doing, because obviously not everybody's in Colorado Springs and I train a lot online. But I say to them, you now have all the tools you need. And then the final piece is I connect them into a group. So for my teams, I do what's called dream teams. I create teams of individuals that support each other in a smaller context, like in texting. So you have to have an iPhone. We also have one on Android. But it's a dream team where all of a sudden I'll put their picture that they put on Facebook, I'll put it in the group and I'll say, please welcome Cindy to the group. She's just getting started with her drops. Well, now all of a sudden, Cindy's got 25 people saying, welcome, welcome, welcome. We're here to answer your questions. And now she has a smaller support group. And I find this to be very, very helpful. I love the big groups, but the intimacy of a smaller group. If you're brand new, are you going to be a little hesitant to ask a question? Probably, right? Because you're not sure if it's in your mind, you're like, is that a stupid question? Nothing is a stupid question, but you feel that way. So the smaller groups are a safer place for people to get started. And so now look what they have. They've got a full training on the boards. They made their very first post. They're getting feedback. I'm getting them in a dream team chat group. And that next day or the following day, I always hear back and they are amazed at what has happened. Now, you know what that's worth? It's worth, do you know how much I made in that hour? So I'm telling you, if you understand the power of training your people correctly and helping them onboard correctly and giving them that extra time. I don't have to give that extra time to many of the new people that I train because they're off running, doing their thing. The support is there for them. But to take the time at the beginning is the most critical piece of building a really solid foundation. That is how you create residual income. Do you want residual income? Every Saturday morning, I wake up with a lot of residual income. Of course, I've been building this 11 years, but residual income, when you understand the power of it, you will run through a brick wall to get it. And this is how you start. You start simply, but you simply start and you start right here, onboarding people correctly, choosing to be a lifelong learner. Be careful of what you say to your team. Every time there's an objection, always see it as an opportunity to solve a problem. And when you have that mindset, when you choose that mindset, your team will take on that mindset. And you're just going to blow through the ranks of this company. And you're going to fulfill the why of what you are doing. And you're going to change thousands of lives in the process. So take the time, do the training, encourage the people, get them in a smaller group where they can ask questions, love on them, and then let them fly, because eventually they're going to fly and they're going to bring people to you to train and you get to do it all over again. So that's what I actually do, Brent. I hope that wasn't too much.
No.
Information.
It was perfect, Tammy, because when you break it down, one of the things I want you all tonight to think to yourself, you don't have to have all of it created tonight, but you got to ask yourself, the team I'm building, are we catching all of our new people?
Yes.
Are we onboarding our new people? I talk to so many people that will recruit a new person and then they don't know if they're even posting twice a day because they don't even go check. They don't even go support. And this is a learning thing. That's why tonight's a training. And that's why I
Yes.
wanted you to hear from Tammy, a master at doing this. And I want to break it down to what Tammy just said. And then I want to bring her back up to close out tonight on promotions. But so really, if you look at this business, I'm going to break it into 3 simple actions. And if you do this over time, you're going to have a huge check and you're going to build a residual income. Number 1, you got to recruit.
Yes.
And I call it passive recruiting and active recruiting. I would highly recommend post twice a day and stay consistent through the ups and downs, like Aimee Weathers said tonight. Just keep doing it. It's free to do. Just keep doing it. You never know who's going to come into your life from posting twice a day. So that's passive recruiting. They're coming to you. I would highly recommend to actively recruit. Start building a names list. Start thinking about people in your community that you can reach out to and say, hey, I thought about you the other day. I want to get 15 minutes and get you on a Zoom or come by your house, share with you what we got going on. Just be authentic and actively recruit going into the new year. But number 1, just recruit. Number 2, onboard the new recruits. Not just your new recruits, but have a system in place to onboard the people that are coming into your organization, those new people. What is your system? If you don't have one, adopt one as soon as you can.
That's right.
Reach out to a leader and ask. Reach out to me and say, I want to put my hands on an onboarding. I will connect you with someone. And then the third thing is build a community once you onboard that person. And here's what a community looks like: love, support, and recognition. Where do? We love on people when they make a post. We go be part of their post. We also do drop talks for our people. That's a community. Like, we do things, we break bread with them, we enjoy, we have fun, and that keeps it sticky in my group. We go do Super Saturdays when the organization starts expanding. That's community. And that really is the three things to building this business.
Yes.
Recruit, on board, build a community. Recruit, on board, build a community. Build your infrastructure around those three things. You will never spend the money you can make in this industry. It's incredible. And then lastly, there's a gentleman on here tonight that just enrolled. His name is Miguel Estrada. Miguel may be in the chat. You can say hi to everybody. Miguel just enrolled with us. I'm flying out to Texas at the end of this week to do his launch event in Texas. Why would someone do that? Because that's what we do. That's what we do. Like, that's what you do to grow a big business. You see people when they come into the business. And guess what? He's going to blow it up. I already know that. So the last thing is master promoting promotions. This Friday, I want to put this on the screen. And I hope you leverage this promotion to all of your teams. And I want to share this promotion with you. And then Tammy's going to leave you with something on the promotion. And we've got an asset to show you at the end that you can use. This promotion starts Friday. Listen to my energy when I talk to you. This is very important, because here's my energy. Oh my goodness, guys, listen, here's the beauty. This sugar stop is unbelievable. On Friday, it's Friday only. It starts at 10 a.m. Mountain Time Zone. Okay? You're going to be able to buy 5 of these sugar stops, and you're going to get one free. Now, it's a limited supply, so I don't know how long it's going to last on Friday. So get ready to hit the buy button Friday morning, okay? Get ready to hit the buy button Friday morning to get your sugar stop. You're going to get 5 canisters, and you're going to get one free. You're also going to get 2,000 lifestyle credits with your purchase, and it's for a limited supply. I don't know how long they'll last. Get them while you can get them. Can you get more than one? Get them while you can get them, okay? And here's the thing. Don't just you get them. Promote this to your team.
Yes.
Promote this to your team. This is going to be exclusively for this Friday. It'll be one day only. It'll start, remember this is very important. It starts, you'll find it in the back office in your shop at 10 a.m. Mountain Time Zone. So that's 11 a.m. Central. That's 12 p.m. Eastern Time Zone. So get this together for your team and make sure from now, you got Wednesday and Thursday, and then come out of the gate Friday morning at 10 a.m. Mountain Time Zone, hitting the buy button whilst limited supplies. Perfect time for Transformation Challenge coming up at the beginning of the year. This sugar stop is amazing. It's brand new, and it will be for a limited supply while it lasts on Friday. So get it. So Tammy, you've been a part of promoting the promotion. So I want you to go ahead. Anything you want to add to promoting promotions, because you're master.
Absolutely. This is critical right now that you are promoting what is coming out. And so we made some assets. Julie Park created these. And for the last couple of days, we've been putting out, it's coming, like we did with the drops. But talking about what Sugar Stop does, but not necessarily naming what it was. So this one, this was yesterday, I believe. Right, is there another one right after this one, Andrea? So what you want to do is put this in your feed, in your post, and you want to just talk about what Sugar Stop is. You can go on the website and look at it. We've got copy, of what Sugar Stop does, but not name it. So it's kind of like we're launching it. You're going to hear about it. Now, you can also go onto my Facebook page because I did a live in my stories today.
Tammy, here's the script below it. Just so you know, like in the comments, why am I making such a big deal out of my mystery product? And this is the script that Tammy and Julie used.
So use that tonight. Like tonight, this is your action item for tonight, is to take this post and put it on your Facebook, and you can put it in your stories if you prefer doing your stories. Some people want to just keep their Facebook page just drops, and that's fine because drops are our gateway product. So we want you to understand drops are our gateway product. We resell our drops. It's our gateway product. This is an add-on product that people are going to fall in love with that will help them to be successful with the drops. They're going to want to put it on auto delivery, which equals residual income for you. So kind of get your head.
I will put this on my Facebook right now. So if anybody wants it, they can just go to my Facebook. I'm going to take the lipstick off, but I'm going to, all you men out there, you if you want the lipstick on, then okay. I just hit next. So it's there, Tammy.
Okay, so you can go to Brent's. And then the next thing I want you to do, these are your action items. Okay, if you're wondering what on the world do I do with Sugar Stop, this is what you do. That's your first post for tonight. Okay, people are starting to look at Facebook at night. They're going to be, what is this? What is this? Tomorrow, I want you to do a live. And I want you to say, holy smokes, you can't believe it. It's back in stock. And then you can say it's Sugar Stop if you choose to do that, or you don't have to until the evening post on Thursday night. But at some point you want tomorrow to let people know this is Sugar Stop. That's the name of the product, because on Friday morning at 10 o'clock, this product is going to be limited amounts. We don't have endless amounts of Sugar Stop, limited amounts. So at 10 o'clock, be ready to purchase your set of 5. Now, I want you to purchase that set of 5 and think about, what am I going to do with that? I'm going to use that Sugar Stop for myself. I may promote it. Like if I do a promotion with my team, I may give it away as one of the prizes that I do. But you're going to want to use that product for your business and for yourself. If you choose to resell it, that is totally up to you. And of course you can do that. But what I'm going to do is use it for myself and my husband, probably give some to my kids. And then I'm also going to use it in my business to promote my business. Maybe that's one of the products that I'll have people taste when they come over to my house. Think outside the box of how you're going to use your 5 sets of, or your 5 containers of the product. So tonight, I want you to post the one that Brent did. And tomorrow, I want you to do a live. Now, if you've never done a live before, put a 1 in the chat. Okay. Good. Perfect. Good job. All right. Okay. A lot of you, right? A lot of you have not done a live. Now, I want you to commit to do a live tomorrow. Nothing big, nothing fancy. All you're saying, you can go look at my live that I did. It's in my stories. I want you to say, it's back. Sugar Stop is back. It's been out of stock for months. I'm so excited about this product. And you can just read like whatever Brent posted there on his page. Just read 3 or 4 of the things that, carb blocker, helps with sugar, all the different things that it does. But I want you to do something different this time. I want you to do a live. I realize it's the most threatening for most people, but do you know, if you understand social media, it's the most effective form of communication, and it will get more hits and you will get more followers if you do a live. Okay. So what I recommend you to do is to go on, do a live. If you're really chicken noodle to do it, you can go on to Instagram, put a nice little filter there on Instagram, and they will let you do a recording for 1 minute. So you can practice it, and then you can save it to your pictures, and you can upload it to your story. That way, if you feel like the live is just too much, that would be your second option. But I want people to see you. I want them to see your excitement. So that is your action item. For all of those who put a 1 in the chat, I want you to make a decision to be a lifelong learner and to get out of your comfort zone, because what you're going to find out is the first time you do it, you're going to do it and say, that wasn't so bad. You'll realize that you have the ability to do it. So those are the tools. We've got those flyers for you. And go and look at what I did on Facebook. And in fact, Andrea, did Julie send that whole, Brent, did I send that
I
to
don't
you?
think so. I
So
don't think.
what we'll do is we'll put it in Facebook Nation. How's that?
Yeah,
We'll put
Partner
it up.
Code Nation. We can put it there.
I mean, I call it Facebook Nation. I think we are Facebook Nation, aren't we?
Yes.
We are Partner Co Nation. I said this morning too. But we'll put it in there. And these are some assets that Julie created. They're excellent. But tonight I want you to do the one with the, X on it. And then tomorrow is when we're going to announce what it is. And then you've got a couple more assets in there that you can use. They're really, really good. But we'll put them in the group so everybody has access to them. And just run your heart out. Remember, this is a limited quantity. You remember what happened with the boxes of drops? We don't want you to miss out getting your 5. And so make sure you are promoting this to your team, And one last thing I just want to share, Brent, this is 100 PV. Okay. That's 100 PV. If you have 10 people on your team that buy 100 PV of product, how many PV is that for you? 1,000. What if you have 100 people do that? Look at the potential volume you have to run through your whole organization if you fire up your team to jump into this promotion. Always, always, always promote the promotion. Whatever the company rolls out, you can do other things, absolutely, but promote the promotion. It's here for you. Run your heart out for it and see your team absolutely explode.
Tammy, thank you so much for tonight. Thank you, guys.
Hope it was helpful.
In the comments, I mean, both of these ladies giving up their night on this Wednesday to add value. Aimee, thank you so much.
Yes,
So
Aimee.
blessed to have you a part of our company and growing as leadership here. And Tammy, as always, thank you. Guys, we love you. We're grateful for you. Let's go take advantage of this promotion, and let's go take advantage of this onboarding process. Remember, there's nothing in your business more important than that brand new brand partner and getting them started correctly.
That's right.
Love you guys. God bless. Have a
Thank you,
great
everyone, for joining us tonight. Have a beautiful evening. Thank you.
Thank you so
Night,
much.
y'all.
Thank
Have a
you.
great one. Thanks so much. Grateful for you.
Thank you.
Thank you.